Get this camera right. Angle it down just a little bit. Hello, hello. Hope you all are doing well. Come on in the room. Hey, Sandra Clark. How are you, dear? I hope you're well. Y'all come on in the room. You having a good hump day, Sandra? I am cleaning up the Krafty Korner because I need me some space. Without power, no. Is it storming in your neck of the woods? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, Alicia. Welcome, welcome. Greetings from Arkansas. You had a tornado? No. I'm good. We had a little bit of thunder a little while ago. I don't know what happened. I guess it decided to quit. We didn't have no lightning, but last night we had all the lightning and no thunder. Yeah, it was looking like fireworks. But I'm glad you are safe. Hey, Jess. Welcome to the Krafty Korner. I'm glad y'all are popping on. Is that all, Sandra? Just the power? Did anything else happen? Are you okay? Do you need anything from us basketeers in this basket community? Y'all had it all? If you need anything, you let us know, because tornadoes ain't no joke, girl. I live in Tornado Alley, but I don't, for some reason, when we get a tornado down here, it always sets down right behind Walmart. It likes that field back there for some reason. Just says, are you in North Carolina, Sandra? We are having the same issues from a microburst with the storm. Well, just so are we. We're down here. I'm down here in Georgia, and we haven't had any tornadoes, but we've had the thundering and lightning for the last 2 or 3 days, I know. And then it kind of lets up during the day, and it starts over again at night. Sandra says, we're good. Just pray I can get some power so I can finish my baskets. Yeah, I don't like being down here when the power goes out, because it gets mighty dark in the Krafty Korner. I don't mind the dark, because I hit that phone flashlight in a heartbeat. My mother bought me a flashlight too. She said she didn't like me walking in the house in the dark. Only thing that gets me is walking from the shed to the house. I'm worried I'm going to run into a snake. So I always look for my cat, because my cat will kill the snakes. And usually my cat is right out there. He'll walk me right onto the house. You'd think he was trained. Alicia says storms terrify her. Jess has been like that here too. I'm ready for some more predictable weather. I hope your power comes back soon, Sandra. Yeah, I do too. That is no fun. Listen, we had an ice storm one year, and it was so bad, but for some reason power just went out in every other house. So, and I mean, when I tell you it was freezing, but it was an ice storm. And I I was going to run my fireplace, just run the fireplace, but I was like, I ain't no telling how long this is going to last. So we ended up going to a hotel until they could restore power. Because in town, they had plenty of power. Hey, Taylor May, welcome to the Krafty Korner. Hello, giving everyone a heart attack. I was cracking up. You had everyone stirred up. Look, and it wasn't on purpose, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm going to tell you why I didn't catch the year. Because I was listening. I was at work. I was listening to y'all in my ear. And then, you know, my videos just kind of pop on every now and then. So LBE's, I heard LBE's voice talking about this sale and everything. So I went and looked at the phone and it didn't have the date or anything. So I thought she had just posted this a few hours ago. So that's where that came from. So, you know, from that point on, I had left work, still at work, but in my head, I had left work and I had been in Walgreens all day long, y'all. I was at Walgreens all day until y'all busted my bubble. You're talking about some, no, it ain't, because I sure was leaving work headed to Walgreens. But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't mean to cause that big of a ruckus. Y'all for real about these sales too, ain't you? They still classy. It was. I felt bad though, because I ain't, you know, I like to put the right information in the atmosphere. But that wasn't, and I'm gonna tell you, I still couldn't find a date on the video. What I found was in the comments, there was comments in there that was 10 months old. And I said, man, these some old comments. These comments were posted 10 months ago. And I said, so the video had to be here 10 months ago. So I said, yep, it's an old video. That's okay. I go back and watch them too, but I usually don't report on them. Y'all forgive us, sister. I'm getting old. I done told y'all the glasses need glasses, so y'all gonna have to work with me here, okay? Because it was funny. It was funny. Poor Rachel. I felt bad because, you know, I ain't want to just turn her live into that. I owe Rachel a live, y'all. I'm sorry. She back in the front of the classroom. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it because I felt bad, y'all. I really did. I was like, well, darn. I felt bad that I put it out there thinking I was just all right and everything. Who was that? Somebody said the other night that they thought they was doing something. Yeah, I thought I was doing something. I got excited because, you know, I don't have all them stores everybody be talking about. Hey, Monique, welcome to the Krafty Korner. All them stores y'all be talking about, I ain't got none of them. So when I heard LBE's voice talking about Walgreens, I got excited, y'all. I was like, we got Walgreens, and it's on my way home. Yeah, I was in Walgreens in my head. Now, if I'd have went in there and did a whole video, y'all would have been like, boy, she really trying to get some views. She trying to make these people have a sale and they ain't even got one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm old. I can't help it sometimes. I be watching. That tells you that I watch y'all's videos all the time. Even when I'm at work, I be listening. I ear hustle. I have my earpiece in because they can't see the earpiece. I stick it. See how my ears are? Put the earpiece on and I be like this, so they don't even see it. That's how I was at work. And all I heard was, hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. And when I heard that, I said, oh, LBE. What's going on in the atmosphere? Let me see. Yeah, so when they be talking about sales at places I jump on those. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia said, y'all don't forget to hit the like button, huh? Oh, the purple marker. Yeah, so I am taking a page from Wendy's book, A Journey Through Time, and I'm sitting here cutting a shred. Now, I think she used the crafting paper, the cardstock, And I use the streamers for it because that just, to me, I like the shred, the kind of shred that it makes is what I like. So it kind of looks like that when you make the shred. This is the roll that I cut it off of. So you can use this as well to make your own shred, and that's what I'm using. And then I got these little bags like this that are the self-seal bags that I'm putting it in those. Hey, Sheenie's Closet, Magella Walker Newman. Hey, I heard you talking about snakes. That's my biggest fear. I can't do snakes. I would have to move. Girl, I can't do snakes either. You know, I come from a region, well, where I come from, there are no snakes. There are none in the zoos. You're not even allowed to bring them into the state. So, and that's in Hawaii. So snakes, I don't do snakes. And I don't have a lot of, well, I do. I've had a lot of snakes in my yard, but they usually get run over with the lawnmower because the little riding lawnmower man, he's not going to stop for them. He just runs them over and kills them. But my cat kills them too. You know, our biggest thing here is the water moccasins because there's a creek. I live right off the lake, and the creek is right behind my house. And the water moccasins is what worries me because them suckers move a little bit faster than the snakes do. And water moccasins ain't scared. You know, the snakes might be a little bit scared, but water moccasins, they gonna get you. So that's what my little shred looks like. You know, and then I pull it apart more when I go to use it. Hey, Kimberly Showers, welcome to the Krafty Korner. Hey, right on Gifts Creations. Welcome, Miss Stephanie. I hope you are all well today. Hello, Miss Sedona Miracle Baskets. Can you be my mod? Of course you can. Because my mods ain't here. I don't know where they at right now. Sedona Miracle Baskets is now a mod. She's going to zap some folks up out of here, y'all. Tailor-made baskets at LT says, are they venomous? I don't even know. I'm telling you, I got home. I was on call one night, and I got home. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And there was I guess it was an armadillo in the yard. And I watched him for a minute. I mean, when I tell y'all, I had Googling this thing, taking pictures of it, trying to figure out what in the world is this thing. So I didn't know if it was an armadillo or what's the other one? I don't think it was a possum. And I think it was an armadillo. Anyway, I went to open the door. My cat is just sitting there looking at me and looking at it. And when I tell y'all, that thing shot across the yard so fast, I called my call partner. I said, if I can't go to sleep and go in the house, you ain't either. What is this in my yard? So she told me what it was. And she says, it'll run. It's more scared of you than you are of it. And I said, that's what everybody says before their friend gets bit. I don't want to be the bitten friend, okay? So it ran to the side of the house. And when it did that, I ran up the stairs. But the water moccasins, I don't know if they're venomous or not. I just know they got real sharp teeth. And they bite. Yeah, this is the shred. This is the red one, and I definitely believe that it is a good idea to make your own. And yes, I still buy shred. As you can see, I have, well, maybe you can't see. I still have all this shred. This is just the open packs, and I have a bunch of unopened packs over there. So I still buy shred, but I had these streamers that I'm not going to do anything with them. So I decided that I would turn these into shred for the baskets. And then when I got to cutting on it, I liked the way it looked. So I said, okay, this will be a good shred. So got the red and the white. And I mainly started doing this because I ran out of white. I'm not going to no stores right now. And I ran out of green. And the yellow that I have is that Easter yellow. So I need yellow. So I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to cut this up so I'll have some yellow and some green. I've got blue, pinks, black. I've got the hay looking color. I got the actual natural grass. Purple. And there's some other colors in there, the tan and all of that. But yeah, I definitely have got to cut this shred up. I did buy a shredder. I saw unique gifts and decor by Lady Di using the shredder, so I had to get a shredder because, you know, but this right here I'm cutting because it's just easier to cut that than it is to try to feed it through the shredder. Hey, Lady Di, just talk about you. Unique gifts and decor by Lady Di. Hey, Katryna and everyone. Alicia says, God bless you. I can't. I would have passed out. Lord, sharp teeth, no thanks. Honey, that little armadillo had me locked up in the car till he ran to the side of the house and I ran up the porch. And that little cat of mine, he just sitting there looking. Y'all, I'm gonna videotape this cat, okay? Sean said, don't put unnecessary stuff on your page. I'm gonna videotape this cat, okay? Because he's funny. I'm gonna videotape him just one time though. Shanice's Closet says, that's how I make my shred as well. I like the way it looks with the streamers versus the tissue paper. Yeah, I do too. I think the streamers looks real cute. If you can see that real good. And now I like the tissue paper too. But I've also used the construction paper as well. But this streamer, you can't feed this through the, well, I guess you could if you had that kind of patience. I don't have that kind of patience. This is just easier to cut. But the cardstock, I feed that through the paper there. Just says that's a great idea. I'll have to try it. Yeah, it makes a nice shred. Mrs. B Baskets and More says, good evening, Katryna. Good evening, Mrs. B. Welcome to the Krafty Korner. Sedona Miracle Basket says, yes, tailor-made. And thank you. So there you go. The water moccasins are venomous. Oh, I thought somebody was knocking on the door, y'all. How do I cut it? Well, I take it and then I just find me a little gap in there and get some of it. Stick my scissors right through and I cut that off. So I have my little stack like this. And then just like A Journey Through Time did with the tissue, I just cut it all the way down. And then I stick it in the bag. Hello, Expressions of Grace. Miss Sophia, welcome to the Krafty Korner. And then once I get enough, because when you cut this, I'm getting several pieces at one time because I have it gathered up like that. And they just kind of follow loose. Oop. Then I stick them in the little bag. And these are the self-seal bags. Don't ask me what size it is. It's not a big bag, but it is enough for the shred. Yeah. Yeah, I use some of that too. So you don't have all them long pieces? I mean like this? No, I cut in between it so that I just have a piece like this. I kind of stick the scissors through a certain amount of it and then just cut it all the way through, and that whole little strip will fall off. And then I just take those strips and cut them up. Hello, Be Pretty Ink. Be Pretty Ink says, hello, friends. Taylor May says, hanging out the basket. No, I don't. I don't have not this one, this shred. But now the Easter shred, yeah, it hangs out of the basket pretty badly. That's why I don't particularly care for the Easter shred too much. I will use it in other types of baskets, but I don't want to use it in that. I want to use this shred in it. S. Marie says, hey, Katryna and Crafty family. Welcome to the Krafty Korner, S. Marie. But no, I don't have all the long pieces hanging out of the basket because these are not going to be long pieces at all. So as you can see, it's not that long. Right on Gifts Creation, Stephanie says, I need to find containers with lids and stack my shred up in my room. I do too. For now, I'm going to use these bags, but now I do like those containers that Wendy uses. And I used to have a whole bunch of those, but I also have kids. Ain't no telling where those containers are. I'm guessing that they're at my middle daughter's house in her kitchen. Because I ain't never been over there, so I don't know what's in her kitchen. I'm going to say she got my stuff. Mama Ann's Creations. Hello, everyone. Katryna, great idea. Thank you. This is Wendy's idea, y'all, to cut up this shred and make your own shred. And then watch Lady Di do her tissue paper with her shredder. You know, and I had these rolls of streamers that I knew I wasn't going to do anything with. So I took those and said I'm going to make, because this is the same as tissue paper, but it's just already in a shorter version. You know, it's not as long as the, see the difference? So it's not as long as the tissue, so I'm not getting a big long thing of shred that you have to actually cut up a little bit more. Just this little bit of shred right here. Marie said, wait a minute, let me go back because I done missed some of y'all. Be Pretty Ink says, I wish I had a personal organizer to organize my craft room in areas. Seemed like I just can't get it together. Yeah, I came in here and cleaned up today. I did some cleaning because it drives me crazy. And I can't think when there's too much clutter around me. So I know you see stuff around me, but hey, it is not as cluttered as it was at all. So I managed to put a bunch of stuff in some boxes. As Marie says, Stephanie, maybe shoe boxes with lids. I saw some at Walmart, 10-pack for like $10. Taylor May says, hello, S. Marie, Stephanie, and Mama's Creations. Miss Stephanie says at Marie, sounds good, but I need to see the colors. Pretty, you and me both. Right on Gifts Creation says, hey, Taylor Made and everyone. Our place, your place. Hey, Katryna, and welcome to the Krafty Korner. I'm glad you could pop in. S. Marie says, Stephanie, they were clear. Well frosted with blue and beige lids. S. Marie says, hi, Taylor. So I'm just tossing these yellow ones in this bag. And then I will show them to you. Because, like I said, I like the way that these look. Alright, so that's the yellow one. And then, of course, when I cut this whole roll up, I'll have much more than this. But that's the yellow one for now that I'm cutting up. So what are y'all working on tonight? Anybody making baskets right now? And I see y'all. I just want you to know I see you. Y'all coming out with a lot more videos now. I'm just happy to see that. It does my heart good. Because I need a variety and lots of things to watch, y'all. I need more distraction. No, I don't. Y'all know I don't. Right? Not after today. I don't need no more distractions. So I'm going to cut up the yellow, cut up the green. I've already cut up some red and white. I don't need a whole lot of red and white because I still have some in the bags back here. And I have not heard, somebody asked me if I had heard anything about the challenge yet, and I have not. All I have heard is that we're waiting on 2 people to send their stuff, and then they will start scheduling them in August. Alicia says, I'm getting ready to work on sublimation tumbler for my cousin. That'll be nice. Look, I was cleaning up stuff and found this that I did for Valentine's Day. Says I don't need a Valentine, I need one. And these were just some little canvas bags that I made and put in some of my gift sets. But I don't do sublimation. Well, I don't do printing for sublimation. I'll buy some sublimated prints and print them on something. I mean, you know, iron them on something, but that's not as close as I get to sublimation. Be Pretty Ink says, I'm working a few hours for a last minute pop-up shop one invited me to on today. How do the pop-up shops work for you? Do you usually do get those? Because I don't. Not pop-ups anyway. I'm looking for some festivals to get in. But I have some of the same host that keep contacting me for pop-ups. And their pop-ups have just never been good. So I just really don't want to keep feeding them money. And then I'm not really making anything. So I have not signed up for any pop-ups. I think right now the only thing going on right now is the back-to-school pop-ups. All the fall stuff doesn't even start until, I think the earliest one I saw was October 4th or 5th. So I have not signed up for anything yet because most of the ones I found were $300 and up. I found a few that were in the $200 range. I have not found anything under $175 yet to join. Now, $175 for some of these might be worth it, but I don't know. Be Pretty Ink says, well, I know this person, so they're letting me come for free. Well, that's good. Free is always good. I love free. But I can't really say that I know these people. I've done pop-ups with them before, and their traffic just hasn't been that good. So, and you know, they're ecstatic and happy because, of course, they made their money. They're the host, but yeah, I've seen they've had pop-ups, and I've been to quite a few, but they've had pop-ups where I've actually made some pretty good sales, but the vendor next to me wasn't making any. And some of these vendors get mad and leave because some of these hosts just don't do the advertising and stuff for their vendor events. They don't advertise anything. They want you to do the advertising and everything else. Be pretty, says, but I've only did 2 in the past. Yeah, all I did was the vendor events. I'll tell you, this is what one of the things that made me stop doing them. Um, there is a lady I know down here that has her own place where she does vendor events and stuff. Um, and she, I wanted to host an event. And she's one of those ones where if you say, hey, how much to rent your space? I want to host an event. You know, well, then it becomes, oh, okay, well, we can co-host. Okay, she want to be the host too, which I don't care about. Um, so I said, okay, well, that's fine. Well, then it was, she wanted me to take flyers and everything to Staples and get them multiplied and all this other stuff. And then it was, well, we're going to put some snacks out for all the vendors so that they can have anything. And it turned out that I was putting up most of the money to do this stuff with, and she wasn't really doing anything. And then the day of the event, I've set up and everything, and she had the audacity to ask me to pay the vendor fee. So y'all know it made me mad, right? And I was like, I'm not, I have never done an event with her since then. Never. I haven't, she invited me to be in one of her events, and I just wouldn't do it. I was like, no, thank you. I have other things to do right now. So I don't even do her events anymore. I actually just have been street selling is what I've been doing mostly. But I am looking for some festivals to get into. Taylor May says, you're right about them pop-ups. Alicia Gordon says, I have an event on Friday. It's once a month, every first Friday for 2 hours. It's small and intimate. I've live music and a couple of food trucks. Bartender is nice and I'm inside. Well, that's good. Hey, Gifts by Chosen. Okay, Gifts by Chosen says, hey, y'all. Katryna, I've been here for a few minutes, but I wasn't able to comment, shaking my head, but I'm here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Is it storming up there where you're at, Gifts by Chosen? Sandra says she's out of power up there, and Jess says it's storming in North Carolina. Gifts by Chosen's up there in North Carolina with you, Jess. If Jess is still on here. Alicia says, all of the nerve, how dare she? Yeah, I have never done an event with her. She said, yes, ma'am, it was crazy last night. Also, Gifts by Chosen. Well, I hope you are safe too. Sandra and them having tornado. Where are you at, Sandra? I don't think I asked you that, but they're having tornadoes and stuff where she's at, and she don't have no power right now, so she's tuning in and getting some juice to say hi and all of that. So I know she might have to preserve some of that battery life. Hey, Donna's house. Welcome to the Krafty Korner. Donna says, hello, beautiful lady. Why, thank you. I'll take that. I have had a rough week. And not because it's been a whole lot going on. I've been in a creative funk. Just really haven't. I guess maybe just wasn't feeling too good yesterday. And I was trying to make a basket. That's what this is right here. This is my basket disaster that I said, you know what, let me, like I told y'all, put this to the side. I will come back and revisit that later because it just was not working for me. And I knew part of it was because I wanted some of this shred You know, so that's what I'm sitting here doing, y'all, is that in-between time stuff that we need to get done. I am doing that. Um, Getting me some shred together. But yeah, it's just been a rough few days. Um, yeah, it will. You know, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I have to just step back and um, trying to get too many things done at one time. You know, and then it didn't help that they were getting on my nerves at work. They got on my nerves today at work, but today I just kind of let them have it, so they left me alone. Every now and then you got to bite them so they'll leave you alone. But yeah, Gifts by Chosen said that's why I didn't join in on the lives last night because I wasn't sure if the power was going to go out. Yeah. Um, well, I got in, I was in the funk last night. I got in on Rachel's live and that just kind of lifted me up a whole lot. You know, and then of course, Lady Dies, all the encouragement that she posts in the community pages using my picture, you know, and beautiful girls and pictures of me that she uses. Yeah. Yeah, so I had to lock up the Krafty Korner, just go in the house. I said, let me just go in this house, get in my shower, get in my bed. And then I saw Rachel's live was on, so I got on that. Um, Donna's house says, I've been making my shred with paper shredder. I use my paper shredder. It's sitting right here. But I use it for the cardstock. Um, I have used it with some tissue, but I don't do a whole lot of tissue. But I'm not stringing this in the paper shredder. I'm not going to do that. That's going to take too long. And I think it's going to cut it way too small. Smaller than I want it. Gifts by Chosen says, are we truly related? Because I'm the same funk as well. You're in the same funk as well. I think maybe the weather is just bad, and that brings me down. It's like, you know, sometimes I can sit in here and it's raining, you know, and you know I can make basket after basket after basket, but when the thundering and lightning and all that starts and the electricity starts flickering and everything, I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house, because you know, if the lights go out here, it's dark in the Krafty Korner. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the lights off one day. I don't do the Halloween decoration stuff, but if I did, I'd turn the lights off for you. I'm gonna put some decals on the shirts. As y'all can see, I got one of my backdrops up. That one I just hung up because I wanted to see what it looked like. So that's one of my fall backdrops that I would like to use in one of the fall festivals. Because they're really nice, but I'm going to be using them to take pictures of my baskets so we can get some better video. Now somebody asked me why my video was skinny. Look, baby. KOK says she was going to come down here and help me set all that stuff up. And she ain't made it down here yet. I'm blaming KOK. She ain't come down here yet, y'all. No. I pressed a button. That's why my videos went because I pressed a button. What button did I press? I don't know, but I'm going to keep pressing some more until it stops doing that. Taylor May said, I've never been in a hurricane or experienced a tornado, or Toronto experienced a tornado, just earthquakes. Woo, Taylor May, I done been in tornadoes, hurricanes, and earthquakes, girl. I'm in Hawaii. Well, Hawaii is where I'm from. We've had several earthquakes there. Hurricane Eva, I was in Hawaii then. Hurricane Katryna, that came through here, and that hit the New Orleans side over there, but it swung on around and came through Georgia with a vengeance. And I've been in several hurricanes. I've been in I can't even remember the names of the hurricanes I've been in. But that kind of weather, hurricanes, I'm used to. Um, they're they can be really bad, but not, if that makes any sense. I don't even know how to make that make sense. But and the tornadoes, I haven't been in a tornado, but I have been where we got caught by the downdrafts from the hail and all of that, and we've had to take shelter. But the actual tornado set down a little bit of ways from us. But we've gotten in the tub and all that good stuff, hiding from the tornado. Um, Gifts by Chosen said, earthquakes, girl, earthquakes. I've been in several earthquakes in Hawaii. We have rumbles here in Georgia. As a matter of fact, they had earthquakes in South Carolina when I lived in South Carolina. I lived in Charleston, and I used to stay up in Goose Creek with one of my friends, and I was asleep one day, and the house went to rumbling. And I looked at her, and this is how I learned they had the earthquakes in South Carolina. I looked at her and I said, "Was that an earthquake?" And she said, "Yeah, sure was." So, and that one actually made the news, but apparently they don't have big ones there. I've never been there on a big one. Um, but I have had them split my entire driveway in Hawaii. Um, but I don't like that kind of weather. I don't like wicked weather. Now the rain, a little bit of rain, a little bit of thunder, I'm okay with that. But all that lightning, electricity in the air, no, thank you very much. I'm going in the house, turning everything off. Gifts by Chosen said at Taylor made, my first hurricane was in the 80s when I was a child. Hurricane Hugo. I was terrified of the thunderstorms for a while. Taylor May said, which one would you prefer? None of them. Thunderstorm. Just give me the thunderstorm. um, but now, as far as tornadoes and hurricanes, I'd rather the hurricane. Give me the hurricane. I'll take the hurricane. I don't want the tornado. Dina Rager. Hi everyone from Buffalo. It's the snowstorms for me. Oh yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of them. Georgia gets ice storms, just like that's it. We get an ice storm. You know, you might see a little bit of snow covering something every now and then, but you're not gonna see no 2, 3, and 4 feet of snow down here in Georgia. That just ain't gonna happen, huh? Well, I got pictures of snow one year, but it wasn't a whole lot. It was enough for me to take pictures and tell everybody at home, "Hey, look, it's snowing here." You know, because when you're from Hawaii, you can brag like that. They ain't got no snow. Not unless they on one of the other islands in the mountains. Taylor said, "LOA, right? None." That's right. You know, it's very, very, very far and few between in Georgia that you're gonna get some snow. Now you're gonna get ice all day long. And along with the ice, you're gonna get all the idiots that ain't been driving all year that gonna decide to drive on the ice. Every one of them. I got off work one day. They let us off early because I was at the hospital because it was starting to snow and the roads were icing over. And I managed to make it all the way from the hospital to the lake, which is about 9 minutes, a 9-minute drive. And when I got to the lake and was going over the bridges, that's when my car started sliding. And I was like, Lord, just let me get home. I'm too close to home to be wrecking my car right here. And once I got away from the bridges, I was able to go on up the road and go home. But I slid right through them bridges because I was not fixing to stop on one of them. Those bridges are horrible when they ice over because the water's underneath them. You know, so they ice very quickly. I don't want to be stuck on no bridge. Right on Gifts Creation, Stephanie says, "S. Marie, sorry I had to log out. Senior reply, awesome. I will go grab some. You're the best." Gifts by Chosen at Dina. My uncle is in upstate New York. we would joke about the amount of snow we got versus the snow plows they need up there. Now, my dad's from Michigan, and I know Michigan gets a lot of snow sometimes. He was actually in Detroit. That's where he's from. And then they got a lot of snow up there. Alicia said, my husband passed in 2020, and in 2021, we got a foot of snow in South Arkansas. Gives Chosen says, hey, Stephanie. I've never been to, I say Arkansas. I think some people say Arkansas or something like that. But I have never been there, but it's on my bucket list, y'all. I got a whole United States bucket list of places I ain't been yet that I want to go, like Yellowstone. But I'll be watching too much TV and stuff about Yellowstone and the stuff that could happen there, so I haven't made that trip yet. But look, Gibbs by Chose, I thought about you earlier today because I was thinking, boy, if they don't plan this, if they don't decide they ain't gonna do this cruise and everything, I'm going up to North Carolina and pick up Gifts by Chosen, and we going on the cruise, okay? Because I done sat out this year. I didn't go on the cruise this year. I sat out. But I'm going next year. I am gonna be in Warner Robins in September, so hopefully I'll get to meet some of y'all. That's my goal, is to meet everyone. Dina Rager just said, I just took a quick vacay to Upper Michigan. What a beautiful state. Oh, it's Arkansas. Like you can cut Arkansas. I couldn't help myself. Okay, well, I've been saying Arkansas my entire life. Gifts by Chosen says, don't make me start packing. I'm ready, girl. Like I said, I didn't go on a cruise this year because I planned to other things. And if the family wants to go on a vacation next year, it's going to be Pigeon Forge for them. Take all of them to Pigeon Forge because that's more affordable. We can get a cabin for $1,500 for 4 or 5 days, and that works for me. But I'm not paying for everybody to go on a cruise. I just cannot do it. I have done that 3 times. I ain't doing it no more. They're going to have to get their own cruise ticket. Alicia laughing, yes ma'am. So I know, I ain't got no sense, Alicia. You can cut Arkansas. That's the only way I'm going to be able to pronounce it. I have to say that in my head and then say Arkansas. Taylor May said, Yellowstone and Yosemite are where our family went camping. Yellowstone has a lot of bears. See? No. And then I'm more concerned about what might blow up in Yellowstone, because there's a lot of activity going on in Yellowstone as far as nature. Alicia says, I love it. It's okay. Right on Gives Creation. Stephanie says, my dream trip is London, England. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to London. I wanna take a picture just by the guards. I ain't gonna touch them now. I want them trying to shoot me. It's a selfie with the guards. Taylor May said, yes, but it's beautiful. Yeah, I want to see a lot of beautiful places now. As far as just beauty goes, I think my dream trip would probably be Ireland or Scotland. I want to see the land. It's just so pretty. Alicia says, is that where the geyser is in Yellowstone? Taylor, you're on. I don't know. I've never been, Alicia, but I want to go. Gifts by Chosen says, I would love to travel more, but me and 30,000 feet don't really get along. Listen, them airplanes, a lot of people, I'm not a turbulence person. I don't like turbulence at all. And you can't live in Hawaii and fly in and out and be weary of turbulence on an airplane. Because turbulence is caused by the hot air pockets that hit the airplane. You know, because the air up there is cold. So when those hot air pockets hit the airplane, it causes the airplane to shake. Um, so anytime you fly into Hawaii, I ain't gonna say every time, but most times the pilots will start a descent early. So they'll bring that plane down some so that it can start to warm up. So that when you enter Hawaii and you cross the uh, whatever that line is called, y'all don't make me think. I can't think, but you cross it, um, and the air gets really warm. You don't have a whole lot of turbulence. You know, but I will tell you that I flew into Hawaii one time, and I was with had gone to Arizona to pick up my niece, and we flew into Hawaii, headed home, and a warm air pocket hit the airplane. Y'all, when I tell you it hit the top of the plane, and you could feel it just pushing the plane down. That was probably the worst flight I'd ever been on. And the flight was great, but that scared me half to death. I was like, man, me and turbulence are not friends. Um, Alicia said, my bucket list is London and New York. I want to go to the top of the New World Trade. I ain't got, not doing that. Listen, right after the 9/11, me and my sister went to New Orleans for a sister trip. And they had this place there called Little World Trade Center or something like that it was called. Anyway, it had a rotating restaurant on the top. So we went up there. And it was not retro, but electro club music playing and all this other stuff. And I saw these little airplanes because the whole thing is windows all the way around it. I saw these little airplanes and I said, yeah, I'm not staying in here. So me and her left. I was like, you can stay in here, but I am not staying in here. Stephanie, I don't mind flying, but that turbulence gets me. I just don't like turbulence. I get on the plane all day, any day. Because me and cognac are friends. And I throw me a little cognac in there. By the time that plane takes off, I'm going to be asleep. So I'll get on there. Gibbs by Chosen says, I would love to travel more, but her and 30,000 feet don't get around along. Taylor May said, yes. Stephanie says, girl, I love flying. Alicia says, my bucket list is London and New York. I came back to your comment because I want to go to New York. I really want to go to New York in the wintertime because I want to go to, I think it's Madison Square Garden. I want to see the tree lighting, y'all. I really do. I really want to do a Christmas in New York.
I go in there next year for senior trip.
Yeah, her senior trip will be in New York next year, but y'all go before the winter, though, right?
No, we go to in May.
That would be before the winter, Chandra.
Oh.
Yeah. She said, no, we go in May. Well, that would be before winter, I think. All right, so they will be in New York next year. I might go as a chaperone.
Yes.
Sandra Clark said, my phone is just buffering, but yes, I love the snow, period. I choose not to fly, so I'm not going overseas, period. I will drive from Washington to Florida to New York to Southern California, period. Listen, Sandra, I like to drive too, across country. But I tell you what, I would rather do a United States tour on Amtrak, do the Amtrak train and ride it all the way across country. I think that would be really nice. Stephanie says, wow, Sandra. She said, period. Gifts by Chosen at Stephanie. My anxiety be 1,000. I'm prayed up, but I can't do no more than 3 hours. And I had to fly back alone when I dropped my son off at school in LA. Well, Gifts by Chosen, if I was at home in Hawaii, you wouldn't never come visit me. It's an 8-hour flight just from here to Hawaii. I'm telling you, cognac and nap time. I'd take a nap. I'd be asleep the entire trip. Now that don't always work, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. We were flying out of New York. Now I did. We were, the only place in New York I've been is the airport. We never let. We flew in to change planes, and we changed our plane, and we were getting ready to take off. So I took my little swig of cognac, and I fell asleep. And I mean I was sleeping good. I woke up, and we were taxiing on the runway, and I was like, "Oh wow, we here already." Y'all, my mama looked at me and said, "Girl, we ain't even took off." That crushed my whole spirit right there. crushed, crushed my whole spirit. I said, never again. But I don't mind flying. I've flown out a few times since then. I flew to Florida. Now, Florida, that was the worst turbulence ever. Because it was, I mean, I guess Florida ain't nothing but a bunch of hot air pockets. Gives by Chosen says, I love New York. Alicia says, after I graduated from high school, I had the opportunity to go to New York. And I went to the 107th floor of the World Trade Center. They had a restaurant called Windows on the World. And this might have been a knockoff of that. I don't know. But it was a glass restaurant on top of the, what was it called? The Mini World Trade Center? I don't know. But it was a knockoff of the World Trade Center, but it wasn't as big. Stephanie says it shows, and I understand. I have a glass, a wine, and a Benadryl. I've been to Afghanistan, Germany, Japan, Army, and work days, but I love to fly, so I'm used to it, is what she's saying. Stephanie, I tell you what, I don't mind flying, and but I would rather be on a helicopter. Now we did some chopper rides in Pigeon Forge, and that was fun. I loved that. I had no problem with the chopper at all. And I work with the chopper at work, so um, the choppers, I have no problem with that at all. Gives by Chosen says we used to compete in the gospel competition in New York. She says I know my cousin was stationed there. Alicia says the elevator ride was so fast, especially. Y'all flashed back on. I don't know what happened there. The wind would your dress to blow up like Marilyn Monroe. Taylor took her message back. She didn't want us to do that, y'all. Gifts by Chosen. I have to fly. I will, if I have to fly, I will, but I prefer not to. Taylor Maid says, I took an Amtrak train to Baltimore 3 days. I'll never take the train again. Why? Tell me why. Because I wanted to do the cross country train thing, but I've been skeptical about it because I don't listen. I took the Greyhound bus to Florida last year when I went on my cruise. Hey Pamela, welcome to the Krafty Korner. When I went on my cruise, because it was gonna take me to the day after my cruise on the Amtrak. Okay, it was 8 hours on the bus. It would have been 3 days on the Amtrak, and I could not make that make sense in my head. I was like, the Greyhound bus, the train, the Greyhound bus, the train. It didn't make sense to me. I was like, this train must be stopping everywhere. So I said, yeah, I know. And that's the only reason I didn't take the Amtrak. Now, my girlfriend that met me in Florida, she took the Amtrak down from South Carolina, I believe. Yeah, that's what I was like that gives by Chosen. I was like, why is this Amtrak taking so long to get me to Florida from Georgia? I couldn't make it make sense. So I took the Greyhound. Now on the Greyhound, I bought 2 seats. It was a cheap way to go. I bought 2 seats, so I had plenty of leg room. It wasn't nobody sitting with me because I bought both seats. I'm like, we're not doing this. um, Taylor gives by Chosen and Taylor May said, now that's one thing I want to do is the train. Yeah, I do too, but I'm just
I want to do the train.
worry.
But train take
Taylor May said no showers, food horrible, people horrible. If you do get a private room, and what really did it for me, the train was, the train, wow, the train what? Stephanie says, wow, I would love to take the train anywhere. Never been on one. Me either. And I want to see what the roads look like from back there. Because, you know, the train goes across the street in front of you or whatever, and then it disappears into the woods and through the whatever. So, and I want to see the whatever that the train goes through. Taylor May says, on top of, oh, the water over the water. When the train goes over the water.
No, I'm not doing that. Train over the water.
The bridges that go over the water, I think, I don't like, I'm not a bridge person. You know, so if I gotta go over a bridge, it's gonna take me a while. Y'all, if we caravanning somewhere and y'all following me and we get to the bridge and I pull over, you'll know why. I'm gonna pull over, I promise you. I have got to coax myself over that bridge. I do not do bridges. They have this overpass in Atlanta called Spaghetti Junction. I have never been over Spaghetti Junction, y'all. Spaghetti Junction has the highways going over and over and through and around. I mean, and there's about 10 of them. And you have to, you take the exit, you don't know which way it's going to loop you. I have never taken one of those exits.
I want to. That's awesome.
No, ma'am, I do not. We call it Spaghetti Junction, and I will never do Spaghetti Junction. Taylor May said the scenery is beautiful. No, the train is on top of the water. This is not on top of the bridge. It's on top of the water. The bridge is that low. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do that. I get on a ship. It's on the water, but it can swim. I don't think a train can swim. I got a whole problem with that, okay? Gifts by Chosen says, my great Grammy house was next to the Amtrak tracks. The whole house would shake, but they fly by on those tracks. I'll be scared they're going to jump them tracks. Now, we've had maybe 2 derailments down here in my neck of the woods that I'm aware of. I know they had that huge one in Florida, but I don't know if that was Amtrak or someone else. Sandra Clark said, I rode the train from Mississippi to Nebraska. I was 4. Thought we were rich then.
I never been on a train or an airplane. Have you been on an airplane?
No, you have not. No. I had to think about that. She is not. She's right. She hasn't been on a train or an airplane. She hasn't even been on a bus other than a school bus. I'm giving this child a bougie life, ain't I? But we're going to have to fix those things. You going on a plane to New York because your school is not going to drive you there.
I drive myself there.
I promise you they're not going to drive you to New York. Y'all was going to the airport. I think the last flight I took was to Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
How many years is that?
Oh, it's been quite a few.
Oh.
You were just right after you were born.
Oh.
I had to leave you here.
When?
That's a long time ago, though. Taylor May says they have train tracks built on top of the water. It was night. I heard all the water. I looked out the window. We were on top of the water. That would have scared me, Taylor May. Yeah, they should have prepared you for that. That would have scared me. Gifts by Chosen says, now my dad would take a Greyhound across country before he gets on a plane. Well, I'm not going to take no Greyhound across country. That's too much. Just to Florida, I was ready to get off the train. I really was. And y'all, the really funny thing is that entire trip, it was a solo bus ride. And I did a vlog for the entire bus ride. So the entire bus ride is on my travel channel. Um, and you know how they get about being safe as a solo traveler, a female, knowing your surroundings, all that kind of thing. I did that vlog for that trip, you know. But that was a long bus ride just to get to Florida. I've driven to Florida several times, and it didn't take me near as long. But now I tell you, I took her on a cruise. We went to the Bahamas, and we were leaving out of Jacksonville, Florida, and I got to the rest stop, and I had to pull over because I was tired, y'all. So I pulled over at the rest stop. I was going to get me about an hour's worth of sleep because we had plenty of time. But how about y'all? I was headed to Orlando because that's where I was used to cruising out of. And at that rest stop was when I realized I had all the wrong directions in this GPS and everything. So I had to switch it over, change it. Luckily enough, we hadn't got to an exit yet that I needed to take. So I didn't have to backtrack. But I sure was on my way to Orlando. Supposed to be on my way to Jacksonville. Stephanie said it takes forever for the bus to get you anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, that was the longest ride to Florida that I had ever been on in my life. I'm like, good Lord, I live right next to Florida. It don't take but maybe 3 hours to get to Panama City. It doesn't take me but 3 hours to get to Mobile, Alabama. So I couldn't figure that one out. I was lost on that one. But I have driven down to my brother lived in Mississippi, and I forget what it was called, but he was 3 hours from Orlando. Not Orlando, from New Orleans. And we had planned to go there. He passed away during COVID, but we had planned to go to New Orleans down there because I had stayed down there with him for about a week or so. Gifts by Chosen says that Stephanie, and they stop everywhere before you get to where you're going. Never will I ever again. Never say never. Gifts by Chosen at Sandra Clark. No, ma'am. He gonna talk the entire way. Oh, Lord. Taylor May said, they take you at night so you can't see the water and people are asleep. It was very scary, surrounded by water. Yeah, you're asleep, but the sound wakes you up and scares you half to death. That's just crazy. Sandra Clark said, well, a party bus. Okay, I had to go back and see what that comment was. Oh, sorry.
My student one of those for sports transportation. Party bus would be nice.
Well, I'm going to make some more shred. We done been on here an hour. Oh, and my feed is acting crazy. Chosen said, me too. It's sorry, Sandra Clark said, me too at Chosen. Taylor May says, yes. But listen, y'all, so that's just another idea for you to make you some shred, to use those streamers. You know, unless you use your streamers for party events. I ain't having no parties, so I'm going to use those streamers to make me some more shred. Gives by Chosen says she hates the Lincoln Tunnel because we're underwater. Now, we went to, I don't know if y'all have heard of Babalo Island. But Babalo Island is in Canada. And we went, when I lived in Michigan, we went with the church to Babalo Island. And it took us through an underwater bridge into Canada. And that was a long bridge, y'all. Long underwater bridge. I mean, I was scared to death. I'm like, we are underwater. And you know, the inside of the walls was wet and everything. I found out later they were supposed to be. But of course, you know, that time I thought the water was getting in. We gonna drown. But we came out over there on the other side in Canada. Stephanie said she had fun speaking with everyone. Talk to you later. Much love. We love you too, Stephanie. Have a good night. Taylor May said, thanks for the ideas. I hope it helps you and helps you save some money. Gifts by Chosen says that Katryna takes, sis. I do have some streamers. Thanks for sharing that with us. Yeah, so I remember that I got the idea from Wendy over to Journey Through Time, because she does make her own shred. And then I did pick up the shredder, and I got that from Lady Di because I wasn't going to cut up a whole bunch of tissue. And then I decided to use these streamers, and I like the way they turned out, so I'm using the streamers to make some shred with. And I'm just making some of the colors that I ran out of. And I like this green because it's a Christmas green. So I'm going to use that. But I'm going to get off of here and let y'all go enjoy the rest of your night. I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of the week. Sandra, stay safe. Jess, stay safe. Chosen, stay safe with these storms coming through, because they're unpredictable and we don't want nothing turning into anything bad. So if y'all are in the storm areas, you be safe. Stay prayed up and keep sharing those ideas. Y'all make sure you subscribe to each other and boost everyone's channel up. So I ain't gonna tell you to just subscribe to me, but share the videos out so that other people can find you and join. Share your own videos out so other people can find you and join your channels. Good night, Taylor May. Good night, everyone. You all, she's so cute.
Thank you.
This is my last one, y'all. This is my baby right here. But thank you. Thank you. She said thank you. I'm going to let y'all go tonight. You all get some rest, get some sleep. We're going to get out of this funk. I'm going to pray my way on out of it. And cut me up some more shred. That'll start it off. Good night, Monique. You guys be blessed. But most importantly, be a blessing. Bye-bye.